guys, welcome back to my channel. Doing a tag video today for you. This is one that I was tagged in a hot second ago by the Bookish Pen Babe. I'll link her down below. This is the I Dare You tag, so let's get into it. Question 1 is, which book has been on your bookshelf the longest? That I currently have. So I have a bunch of books that are from elementary school. You know when you get those scholastic it was like a little catalog in at school. It was like a monthly thing, and you could pick and order books. I have so many. I just don't know where they are in my parents' house. So one of those would probably be the longest. Other than that, it would probably be The Railway Children by E. Nesbit. I love this book, and I have the little version of it. It's so cute. I've clearly read it a few times. It's a little bit beaten up. Number 2 is, what is your current read, your last read, and your next read? So currently I am reading The Fifth Element. Literally just started it yesterday. Hoping to finish it today or tomorrow. We shall see. I'm buddy reading with Elliot Brooks. The last book that I read volume 1 of Ama or Ama. I don't know. It's a comic or graphic novel. And then The Aeronaut's Windlass. The next ones that I'm going to read, Monstrous, volume 2 through whatever is out currently. Totally going to grab those. Then The Last Wish. I need to finally get to that. I've had this book from the library for, I want to say a month and a half. I just keep renewing it. I'm going to run out of renewals, and I'm going to take it back and request it again and do this whole thing. I just need to read it. And then also Little Women. I'm going to jump into that for my August classic. I'm trying to read one classic a month minimum, so that's going to be the one I'm working on for August. Number 3, what book did everyone love but you hated? So a recent addition to this, and this seems to be a super unpopular opinion that I have, because I have yet to see anyone who did not just love this book, love it. Everybody is obsessed with it. Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I don't know when I'm posting that video, but I did a book chat about that in Every Heart a Doorway. I may have posted it already. If not, if I did and you didn't see it, or if I didn't post it yet, FYI, I did not like it. Number 4, what book do you keep telling yourself you're going to read but you probably won't? So I will read this, but probably not for a while. Harry Potter. And I apologize yet again. I've only read the last book of the Harry Potter series. I want to get them and I want to read them. I know I'll enjoy it. I love Harry Potter, the movies, and I loved the last book when I read it. I need to get around to it, really. Number 5 is, what book are you saving for retirement? I'm not. There's always more books to read. I don't need to save any for anything. I'm just gonna keep reading as much as I can. Number 6 is, last page. Do you read it first or do you wait? I mean, I definitely wait unless I am DNFing a book. If I am DNFing a book, I will read the last few pages to see what happens, or I'll just go on Wikipedia and look up the book and read the plot summary. Number 7 is, Acknowledgements, a waste of ink and paper, or interesting? I would say interesting. I often read them. Not always, but I often do. That's actually how I put 2 and 2 together, that Susan Dennard and Sarah J. Maas are friends. And then once I was reading the acknowledgements in one of them, I was like, oh, that's her that wrote this. And then I went back and I looked at the dedications of the Throne of Glass series and Court of Mist and Fury and those, and I found a lot of the dedications that are to Susan, and I think in Truthwitch her dedication is to Sarah J. Maas, I'm pretty sure. But I know they're there, and so I put that together. So I do think they're interesting sometimes. Number 8 is, which book character would you switch places with? I read a lot of fantasy and sci-fi type stuff where there are worlds that I wouldn't necessarily want to be a part of. But if I had to pick, I would probably say Alexia Terabati from the Parasol Protectorate series. This right here, which I still only own book 1 and I need to get the rest because I love it. I would say her because while it is there's vampires and werewolves and there is danger, she's just a boss bitch, excuse my language. I love her. She's so intelligent. She's so witty. And like everybody in this world is just great fun. And it's, it's steampunk. It's like Victorian England, but with all of this other stuff happening that's clearly not real life. And I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to be a part of this world and to be her. Number 9 is, do you have a book that reminds you of a specific time in your life? I'm going to go with The Dark Bride by Laura Restrepo. She's a Colombian author, if I do remember correctly. And I read this for a class when I was in college, and I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. I thought the writing was beautiful. I love the main character and her whole thing. I, honest to God, don't remember all the details of it and like the conclusion of it. I just remember like the time period of when I read this book. I remember being so enthralled with it. Number 10 is a book you acquired in an interesting way. I don't think I really have any. I pretty much bought my books or had them given to me as presents. Yeah, I don't really have any. I'm lame. Number 11 is, have you ever given a book away for a special reason? I don't really give my books away. That's not a thing. I mean, unless I'm unhauling them and like taking them to a bookstore to trade in, but that's not a special reason. So, no. Number 12 is, which book has been with you the most places? Pretty much any book that I've had since high school or before has been with me the most places. When I went to college, I did take quite a few books with me. I didn't take all of them by any means. And then after college, I moved to a different city, still in Michigan. Once I got married at that time and had our own place. And when I moved from there after getting divorced to Phoenix, I took like all my books with me, aside from a few childhood books that my parents still have. So yeah, any of those books, I don't know which ones. I'm sorry. Actually, that's a lie. Probably the series of unfortunate events, because I had those in middle school and high school, and I remember that I did take them with me to college and everywhere since then. So probably those, and other ones too, but definitely those that I can remember. Number 13, any required reading that you hated in high school but wasn't so bad later? The only required reading that I can remember hating in high school is The Old Man and the Friggin' Sea. And I've never tried reading it again, nor will I. I have read other Ernest Hemingway. I've read The Sun Also Rises. I need to read more Ernest Hemingway because I did enjoy The Sun Also Rises. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to try The Old Man and the Sea because, no, shoot me in the face. Number 14, used or brand new? When I go to the one bookstore here, Changing Hands, they have used and new, and the used ones are cheaper usually, and they're in good condition. So I get the used ones at every opportunity. I don't care. Even if it's a book I really love. Like I said, as long as it's in good condition. There are certain books that I don't care as much. I'll buy the used one. I'll buy a thrift store version and it's not in great condition, but it's decent and that's fine. There's other ones that I want to be like almost like new, if not new. But if it's like new and it's great, I'll get that one if it's used too. I don't care. Number 15, have you ever read any Dan Brown? Random and no. Number 16, have you ever seen a movie that you liked more than the book? I've said this before. I guess I have to say Twilight just because I did like the movies more than I liked the books. And that's not to say that I loved the movies, but they're fine. They're whatever. Number 17, have you ever read a book that made you hungry? No. Unless you count like continuing to read instead of eating and then being hungry because you kept reading. Number 18 is, whose advice will you always take? I assume this is referring to books specifically. I mean, there's lots of people I've met on BookTube now that I would take their advice. I would say my best friend Alicia. We have very similar reading tastes. She just doesn't get to read as much as I do because like she has a life. But, yeah, we always end up enjoying pretty much the same types of books. We are Sarah J. Maas trash like till we die. So I recommended that to her and she is equally as obsessed as I am with the Throne of Glass series and with Acknowledgements. Yeah, we like Love it. Recently, I found on Etsy a little wine glass that you could have it, someone made it with like glitter paint on it. Kind of like how these are. It has painted on it, High Lady of the Night Court. And I saw it and I was like, totally getting that for her. And I texted her to tell her like, hey, I bought you something, like it's coming just so you know who it's from. And when she got it, she sent me a picture and she was like, as if I wouldn't know who sent this to me. Number 19 is a book that was out of your comfort zone that you ended up loving. I think I'm gonna go with Monstrous for this because it's a graphic novel or a comic book and I don't normally read those. I've only recently gotten into reading those. And I did read Saga, those volumes, before reading Monstrous, and I really liked Saga a lot. I'm down for Saga, but I liked Monstrous a little bit more. So I would say that, I guess. All right, guys, there you have it. As per usual, I'm not gonna bother tagging anybody in this particular one right now. I'm feeling lazy, I guess. I don't know. If I decide later to tag some people, I'll put it down below. Sorry I'm lame and I suck at life. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.